Hello, I am Wei Soleha.
Hello, I am Emir Shakir.
And I am Mohammed Lukman.
Today we will talk about hierarchy theory in ecology landscape. Let's go!
Hello, first, here are the examples of hierarchy of ecological level that related to the hierarchy theory.
Hierarchy of ecological, also known as hierarchy of complexity because it is large and complex. Ecologists analyze different levels of organization or smaller portions of the biosphere to study the relationship in nature. The levels of complexity increase as the number of species and their interactions increase, which is why it is termed as the hierarchy of complexity. The level of organization are individual, population, community, ecosystem, biome, and biosphere. The first levels is individual. The lowest level of organization is the organism herself. It is any single organism of one species. It can be a single organism of a cow or a cat. The second level is population. Population is a group of animal or living thing that of the same species living on same area. For example, a population of a cow at Kundasang dairy farm. Cow population may increase due to reproduction. Each population have a limit. This population have carrying capacity which the highest number of individual that the environment can sustain. This overpopulation can be prevented by limiting factors such as lack of resources, competition for resource and mating, disease may occur on large population, and predation. The third level is community. A community is a group of interacting population that occupy the same area at the same time. For example, elephants, zebra, and bird living on the same area near the water resources. The fourth level is ecosystem. Ecosystem is where the community and abiotic factors that affect it in same area. Abiotic factor include temperature, precipitation, availability of water, air, and other non-living things features such as rocks, soils, mountain, etc. Biotic and abiotic affecting each other, for example, biotic affected by the abiotic factors. The unavailability of water or drought can reduce the growth rate of vegetation. Soil minerals was also produces from rocks through natural erosion, and this will create a healthy environment for plantation. In either way, abiotic also affected by the biotic factors. For example, river can be polluted by human, and decomposers such as worm can enrich the soil with nutrients. The next level is biome. A biome is a large geographic area on the earth that has two things in common. First, they have same climate. Second, they have similar, but not necessarily identical types of plant or animal communities. Biome can be different locations, even on different continents, but still belongs to the same biome. Climate also determined where life can survive. For example, penguin can't survive on Malaysian's region. The last one is biosphere. The biosphere is the Earth's thin, life-bearing outer layer, which spans from the deepest depths of the ocean to miles into the atmosphere. Bio is Latin for life, and sphere refers to a geometric shape like a ball or the Earth. Biosphere also can be affecting the life. For example, pollution from human action can cause hole on ozone layer. Pollution from human also can cause climate change from releasing CO2 and cause global warming. Before we move further into our topic, we need to know what is landscape ecology. Landscape ecology studies the relationship between the spatial pattern and ecological process.
So what is hierarchy theory?
Hierarchy theory predicts that landscape as complex system will often develop in a hierarchical structure. Also, holons present in a hierarchical system at every level. What is holon? Holon is a term coined by Koslow in 1967. It can be both part and whole of each hierarchical level. It is also distinguished by the characteristic rate of behavior. For example, Holon as an individual organism can interact with other individual organisms because both operate at the same space and time scale. However, individual organisms cannot interact with a biome since the orders of magnitude are different in scale. Meanwhile, the boundary of holons may be visible, such as the border of forests, or invisible, such as the distribution of population. For example, the structure of a grassland, which is the higher holon, depends on the process of grazing and woodland encroachment on local scales. Finer scale levels tend to have a faster behavior rate than larger ones. This is because the grazing behavior at lower level can affect the area of grassland structure.
How the hierarchy theory can change the landscape. According to Allen and Starr, 1982, O'Neill et al., 1986. Hierarchy theory assists the element to become a new element. Hierarchy theory also functional as organizing the processes of the ecosystem into the scale of interaction. The hierarchy theory can be used to clarify the landscape ecology related to land use planning and land management, which can give a profit directly to the humans or for the sake of biodiversity. There are two major things that need to be looked at when using this hierarchy theory, which is on the side of the scaling perspective and the side of the spatial perspective. From the spatial perspective, hierarchy theory is helping in the system for dividing the geographical region into the subregion and until to the small area, which is based on the human and natural criteria activities. Meanwhile, from the scaling perspective, hierarchy theory is the device that used to divide the classification on complex systems to decrease the error when the system has assembled the element. Here is an example of how hierarchy theory can change the landscape. As we can see, the river watershed has a few sub-watersheds. It comes along with the main river. By using the hierarchy theory, we can make the river watershed into the classification. For each watershed become different scales such as small-scale watershed, medium-scale watershed, semi-large-scale watershed and larger-scale watershed.
Here comes to the end of our video. Thank you for watching.